Baby, can I ask something honestly? Not to argue, not to judge. Just tell me the truth. Are you afraid of marriage? Because I used to laugh whenever someone asked me that question. I always answered with confidence. No, I'm not scared. But deep inside, there was a different story. A story I never shared. Not because I wanted attention, because I never found someone patient enough to understand it. Today, for the first time, I'm opening that hidden chapter. Maybe you'll recognize pieces of yourself inside my words. Maybe that's why you're still listening. I wasn't afraid of loving someone. Love always felt beautiful. It gave ordinary days unexpected color. Even silent moments carried warmth. My fear started much later. The moment people mentioned forever, that single word changed everything. Forever sounded heavier than happiness. Not because commitment looked painful, because expectations suddenly became endless. Everyone talked about weddings. Nobody explained what happened afterward. People celebrated one magical evening. They rarely discussed ordinary mornings together. I watched smiling couples outside, inside their homes. Many looked exhausted. Some stopped listening completely. Some only survived routines. That confused my heart. Was marriage supposed to feel peaceful or simply unavoidable? Those questions followed me quietly. Every birthday reminded me again. Friends began disappearing into married life. Family gatherings became uncomfortable conversations. The same question arrived repeatedly. So, when is your turn? I smiled politely every single time. Inside, my chest felt strangely heavy. Not because I rejected marriage, because I feared becoming someone unrecognizable. I loved my freedom, my late night thoughts, my spontaneous decisions, my imperfect little routines. Would marriage erase those pieces? Would I slowly disappear without even noticing? Nobody answered that fear. Instead, people called it overthinking. Maybe they were right, maybe they weren't. But emotions don't disappear simply because others dismiss them. Then something unexpected happened. I met someone different. She never rushed conversations. She never forced promises. She never demanded certainty. She simply listened, really listened. For the first time, I wasn't explaining myself. I was being understood. That feeling changed everything. Not immediately, slowly, like sunrise replacing darkness. She once asked me quietly, "What scares you the most?" I expected another lecture. Instead, she waited. No interruptions, no assumptions, just patience. And somehow my walls became lighter. I admitted something nobody knew. I don't fear marriage. I fear losing peace. Those words surprised even me because they were completely true. I didn't need a perfect relationship. I needed emotional safety, a place where silence wasn't punishment, uh, a place where mistakes weren't disasters, a place where honesty felt welcome. Maybe that's what home truly means. Not expensive furniture, not matching photographs, not public celebrations, just two imperfect hearts choosing kindness every single day. That realization stayed with me for weeks, for months. I stopped asking, what if marriage changes me? Instead, I asked something completely different. What if the right person helps me become better? That question shifted everything. Fear slowly lost its power. Hope quietly entered. I still had doubts. Of course I did. Real people always have doubts. But those doubts no longer controlled me. They simply reminded me to choose carefully, not quickly. I finally understood something important. Marriage itself wasn't frightening. Choosing the wrong partner was. Living without emotional respect was. Pretending happiness every day was. Those were the real nightmares. Not commitment, not forever. One peaceful conversation can heal years of fear. One genuine heart can rebuild forgotten trust. And maybe that's exactly where my story truly begins. Because what happened next completely changed the man I believed myself to be. And I never imagined one simple moment would rewrite my entire future forever. That night changed something inside me, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, like rain touching dry ground. I went home differently. The roads looked familiar. My thoughts didn't. For the first time, marriage didn't feel like a prison. It felt like a possibility, a beautiful possibility. Still, I refused rushing my heart. Feelings deserve patience. Promises deserve preparation. I wanted something lasting, not something temporary. Days continued, passing peacefully. Our conversations became deeper, not longer, just more meaningful. We laughed about ordinary things, shared embarrassing memories, talked about childhood dreams. Even silence became comfortable. Nothing felt forced anymore. That comfort surprised me because I spent years believing real relationships required constant effort. Instead, this one felt natural, almost effortless. She never asked impossible questions, never tested my loyalty, never played emotional games. She chose honesty repeatedly. That simple habit impressed me. One evening, she looked directly into my eyes, then smiled gently. You still look worried. I laughed softly. She wasn't wrong. Old fears don't disappear overnight. They leave slowly, one memory at a time. I told her everything, every hidden insecurity, every silent battle, every broken expectation. She listened carefully. Not once did she interrupt me. When I finished, she whispered something unforgettable. You don't need perfection. You only need partnership. Those words echoed endlessly because nobody ever explained love like that. Partnership, not ownership. Support, not control. Understanding, not competition. Suddenly, marriage looked completely different. I realized something painful. Most people prepare for weddings, very few prepare for married life. They memorize ceremonies, forget communication. They choose decorations carefully, ignore emotional connection. No wonder many hearts become strangers. That truth stayed with me. From that day, I started observing differently. Happy couples weren't perfect. They simply respected each other. They apologized sincerely. They forgave generously. They protected each other's peace. That's what made them beautiful. Not expensive gifts, not social media pictures, just quiet consistency. I wanted that. Nothing more, nothing less. One afternoon, she asked another unexpected question. If fear disappeared tomorrow, what would your dream marriage look like? I closed my eyes briefly, then answered honestly. A home filled with laughter, conversations without judgment, arguments ending with understanding, children growing around kindness, two tired souls still choosing each other daily. She smiled warmly. So, you were never afraid of marriage. You were searching for safety. My heartbeat slowed because she understood me again, completely, without explanations, without convincing, without pretending. That moment healed something invisible. I finally forgave myself for waiting, for questioning, for protecting my heart. Maybe I wasn't late. Maybe I was simply becoming ready, ready for something real, ready for something peaceful, ready for forever. But life has an unusual habit. Just when everything starts making sense, it quietly places another unexpected test before you, and the choice waiting ahead would either strengthen my heart forever or break every dream I had just started believing.